folks have kids, with the candy and the parties, are kids missing the true teachings of Satan? I mean, has it gotten so commercial? Where's the bloodletting? You know?
That was the first. That's what he says.
Too early in the morning for this.
Yeah. He just flew in, you know, on his broom.
Yeah.
Joking. Jay,
what are we talking about?
we're talking about Tavarish, the legendary. I didn't want to say old, but generations. Man,
Yeah, I've been doing this.
Hey, how's your P1 doing? Your McLaren?
My P1 is doing fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
When's
listen,
the last time you
listen,
drove it?
I drove it actually Sunday.
Okay, Tavarish, when's the last time you drove your P1?
Listen, man, we're just trying to have a good time here, okay? We don't need to bring up all these personal questions.
Whatever.
So my P1 is in a million pieces, but we just got it started. So if you guys don't know that I have a P1 that took a little bit of what you'd call a salt diet.
Right.
So it went into the water. Well, the water came to it during Hurricane Ian, and it got all the way underwater, under salt water. So it's a $2 million hypercar, hybrid, and nothing worked.
Yeah, and it's almost the sister car to mine, same color, same everything.
Yeah, same color, and now, because of things like what you get here at the SEMA show, I'm trying to make the fastest McLaren on Earth, because it's definitely the worst.
Well, the great thing about it is you can reproduce every part now. You know, I think this is really the greatest era. People think the 50s, 60s for hot rodding, but this is really it, because there's nothing, you know, I like the really old stuff. I got a bunch of old steam cars. And with 3D printing, I can make every single part. I mean, it's just been wonderful. Cylinders, I mean, you can even cast the original numbers in just as they came from the factory. I mean, it's really exciting.
And it's pretty insane that, you know, now with, I mean, I'm going to date myself here, but like with the advent of the internet, you can reach anybody on Earth. It's something where now if you have a platform like me, you can just make a video and then somebody, you know, like comes out of the woodwork and says, hey, I worked on the P1, or I worked on this car, and I know the engineering behind it, or we can make this better. And that's how you get a car to go from, you know, nothing to something awesome.
I get that. Except I get idiots coming out of the network. You know, with the internet, every moron.
Well, yeah, that is the comment section.
You know, I got a friend of mine who is a patent guy.
Yeah.
And he says every year somebody invents wheels with luggage on.
Yeah.
Luggage with wheels on.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, okay, I'm going to do a patent search. It'll cost you $500. Okay, no problem. Oh, Samsonite had that.
Turns out
it's a
it's
fortune. It's already done now.
Yeah.
Just dealing with the idiots. That's where the money is.
You gotta love how he says, I'm gonna date myself.
Yes.
Tavarish, how old are you?
How old do I look?
Okay, relax. I'm not hitting on you. Okay, but how old are you?
37.
So if you don't know, Tavarish buys ridiculous cars that are like supercar. Dude, like that Lamborghini Miura. Dude, how insane was that the other day?
So I went to a junkyard in Compton, in LA, which is a lovely part of town, and it's basically a junkyard with like cars that have been there for 50 years. You have like Mercedes 300 SL Gullwings, 3 Lamborghini
It's like
Miuras.
15 mil, right?
Well, yeah, it was 9.3, but who's counting? It's just this insane like collection of barn finds, and I was like, I'm gonna buy that Lamborghini. It's so cool, and we can restore it. And then the auction happened, and then it went for $1.2 million. And it turns out I don't actually have that kind of money. So somebody else bought it. Maybe they're here. I don't know.
Well, the great thing about it is it shows you there is money to be made in investment in cars. I mean, I remember Dennis Leary on the Shark Tank said,
Yeah.
buying a car, that's the worst investment you can do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I bought a McLaren F1 in '99 for $800,000. Right. My last offer I got was $20 million. I have my Lamborghini Miura I got for free because back in the '80s it was an old Dean Martin bought it new. His kid blew it up. A friend of mine is a school teacher. He thought he could fix it. It sat in his yard. His wife said, "Things been out there for years. Just give it to Leno." He likes all those stupid guys. I mean, the idea that you can actually make money in cars, it's amazing. You know, we started this fund 25 years ago at McPherson College, which gives a scholarship to young people who want to get in the automotive restoration business. And it's not one of these 90-day wonder schools. It's a 4-year college, and they teach you magnetos and how they applied the paint and bodywork and all this kind of stuff back in the day. And these kids get transferred to the Classic Center at Mercedes or Jaguar or even Aston Martin, all the others, they make 100, 125 bucks an hour storing cars. Hey, it's like the old masters finding an old painting from Rembrandt or somebody and bringing it back, you know.
Well, I think the issue now is like in the industry, we have people that that this is like a dying art form. But what I've noticed is a lot of young people really care about the engineering of old stuff, and then they're like, hey, just like you said about 3D printing, I can make that at home.
Yeah.
And why don't I, while I'm doing that, why don't I do a computer, like CAD drawing of this and then make it more efficient? Like all that stuff is super exciting to me, and that's why I love the scene.
Yeah, I find young people either are not interested in cars at all, or the ones that are, oh my God, so
Laser focused.
Yeah, you're just laser focused on it. So I think it's actually very good,
Oh yeah.
You can find the fact that you can see a Lamborghini mirror that's literally in a crusher. It's just somebody pays $500,000 for it. I mean, that's the idiots again I was talking
Well,
about.
I like that you look at me. I like that.
I give you a hard time, but I do find your videos fascinating. I love to see what you come up with and the enthusiasm you have, and that's what makes it fun. You get so excited about it. You can look at a complete wreck and go, 5 years from now, this will still be a complete wreck, but I'll be working on it.
Yes, exactly. Like for me, I look at these things like they're just a lot of problems to solve. Like inherently, I just love solving problems.
Yes, it's dating the wrong woman. That's what it is.
It is absolutely that.
This one is nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
All right, here I go.
But I can fix her.
But I can fix it. I know she's a hooker now, but I can
This
change
isn't
her.
This isn't therapy, Jay.
I can change her. I know.
What are we doing? Lie down. Lie down, Tavarish. Tell me about your McLaren. Show me on the doll where they hurt you. Jay, again, happy anniversary, 20 years. You brought your 55.
My 55 Buick Roadmaster, yeah, that got us 20 years ago. And in 2006, we won Hot Rod of the Year. We did a Tornado. We converted to rear-wheel drive and put a 427 in. And I'm still driving that car. But that's the fun thing. I bought that Tornado for $800. When I got Hot Rod of the Year, suddenly used Tornadoes were $3,500, $5,000. So it brings up the value of cars and things, and it's fun to see that there's still a future in this,
So, just not to interrupt you. This is a Tornado that you made into a rear-wheel drive, 1,000 horsepower.
Right.
Okay. So that may have brought up the value a little bit.
No, what I mean, it was not a car people thought you'd make a hot rod.
Oh, of course not. Yeah.
So then the value of them kind of goes up. So I think it's fun to see, but you can make money in this business.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Vision. Sorry, real quick. When you brought that car, or the 20th year, again, your car collection is profound. I've had the luxury of seeing it. It's you're so humble about it, and it's really impressive. The motorcycle collection is even more impressive. But the cars, who are you excited to meet back in the day, like a car guy? I mean, here's Tavarish sitting next to you. He told me a story yesterday about coming to the garage. Who were your icons in the industry back in the day?
Well, Phil Hill was a great one for me, because Phil Hill started out as a Packard mechanic, and then he got into Jaguar, became a Jaguar mechanic. When he was world champ, he was racing for tires and fuel. All right, I can't pay you any money, but we'll give you tires. Oh, that'd be great. I mean, the fact that guys now make 20 million, 30 million a year is unbelievable. He was the most humble guy. He was the most mechanically sensitive guy. He never broke a car. He never got hurt in a car. But he could take a car right to the limit and realize, no, if I push this anymore, I'm going to blow the gearbox. He never had a car really break on him. That was his fault, But he just had that mechanical sympathy. He could drive and go, here's the problem. You need 2 more pounds of tire in the left tire, 2 more pounds. He was a real Renaissance man. He liked photography and cameras and music. And he says the scariest day racing when people would give him a ride in their car and try to show him how good a driver they were. That he was scared. But he never ride with them. No, never. He'd go out there and win world championships, but he was more scared of the general public driving cars.
What I love about that is that's like, people want to say like the good old days, right? But I think make today a good old day.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
So the good old days. Performance cars now compared to the '60s when people owned the golden era of the muscle car. Tim Allen and I, we got a GTO tri-power 4-speed completely stock. We raced it against Nissan Altima, 4-door, put 3 bags of groceries in the back seat, a child seat, and had a middle-aged lady driver. She blew the GTR. He said, just beat it in the corner. Hilarious.
But what's cool about that, I was segueing to Tavarish, like the kind of romanticism he speaks about Phil Hill. You're gonna at some point be there. Your father, you celebrate cars. Who are you excited about seeing here at SEMA? What are you excited about, Tavarish, being a younger man?
Sitting here next to Jay Leno.
No, he's a middle-aged man. I'm an old man.
I didn't put taglines. I didn't put lower thirds. But again, just the innovation, the vision of people that are in the room or on the show floor. What are you excited about, man?
So, for me personally, it's such an insane thing to come here. And first of all, everybody here is a peer. We're all car lovers. We all, like, for lack of a better term, get our hands dirty with this stuff. We know the ins and outs of cars, and it's a very human experience. The person that I aspire to be is just the person that likes to solve problems. Like, I talked to Chip Foose yesterday, and then he was telling me about this incredible build that he put together in 7 weeks, and it was for Gary Sinise, and he was like, "Oh, I got this car," and
the Camaro.
Yeah, the Camaro, and it's so clean. And he was like, "Well, we got this car, and it was supposedly restored," and then he takes all the stuff off of it, and he sees that it was not only not restored, but there's rust, and now we have to take care of it. But of course, he's going to do it right. So people like Chip Foose, Jay Leno, like everybody here that makes the car culture what it is. And then moving that forward, like, I don't know what that looks like. I mean, people tell me, like, they look up to me. I'm like, don't do that. That's a really bad idea. But anybody that loves cars and then can share that with people, I think those are the people that we look for in the future.
My favorite thing is when they get a lot of the older guys, and not that they're any older than me, but with the Bridgeport lathe, and they come to my shop and they see 3D printing, and they go, "What?
Really?
How is that even possible?" I mean, it's just...
You're showing the older dogs new tricks?
But because you get used to doing things a certain way, I mean, I bought a Countach in '86 because I got the last carbureted car in America, because I didn't want anything to do with that crazy fuel injection. It's too complicated. And kids come to my garage, like, "What are these needles? Oh, carburetors." That looks really tough. No, it's really pretty simple, actually. That looks hard, sitting there doing this. But, so it's like music. You got rock and roll, you got rap, and sometimes you like one but not the other. But it's all still music. And that's what's fun now, to see young guys that are more into the electronic side of it. I know guys just passionate about EVs don't really care about internal combustion. Okay, but we're still friends.
Yeah.
And I learn from them, and maybe they learn something coming to my garage. And I take them out of the steam car, and they go, "Oh, this thing is really powerful." I go, "Yeah, steam is."
That's where it's at. It's Run DMC and Aerosmith, baby.
Right, there you go.
Mash it up. What would you say to the people out here again? Tavarish, here's somebody who is just you, Jay. Again,
Don't gamble.
What's that?
Oh, go ahead.
Keep your money.
Shush. Jay, again, appreciate everything you do for the automotive culture as a human being, and don't roll your eyes.
I can only do it as a human being.
Okay, what would you say to somebody? You're the most humble guy you know.
Well, I have to do it as a human being because I'm limited by, What do you want me to do?
What would you say to the automotive culture that is here in the building as far as vision, pushing their company? It could be small, it could be large. What would you say
I
think to the world?
I think we all do this because when your passion is your job, it's not a job, it's your passion, and you enjoy doing it. I meet so many small manufacturers, and a lot of times we try to feature them on our show. They invent a new tool or something, and the real fun, the excitement is inventing it and sharing it with people. It would be nice to get rich, but it's not their main goal. But they wind up becoming rich because the passion is what does it. The question I hate the most is, "Hey, how much is that worth?" I said, what kind of car is it? I don't know. Well, what's it worth? How much it cost? That's all they're concerned about it. Or people say, "What's a good car that's going to go up in value?" Well, I don't know. I don't know what a good. A guy called me today and goes, "Hey, what's a good car to get girls?" I go, I've had the same girl for 45 years, so my thing doesn't work for you. But if you buy a car because you think you're not going to like the car,
Passion.
If you buy a car that you like, and it doesn't go up in value, at least you still like it and you enjoy it, you know. So that's my thing. I like the passion of it.
That's beautiful. Round of applause. No. Come on, Jay and Tavarish.
As a human being,
As a human being, as a car collector.
Thank you.
Yeah, again, Jay, thank you for joining us. Tavarish, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, without further ado, it's time to make those connections. Have the passion, as Jay says. Let it exude through everything you do on the show floor from this week and moving on, because we are car guys, we are car gals, we are car people. We exude that. So thank you so
Some
much.
of us are car guys becoming car girls.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it is. And that's, it's
Inclusive, yeah.
2024. It's 2024. LGBTQ plus. Let's go. It's an open-minded world, and it's an open
On
world.
today of all
It's an open opportunity. So close those deals, get fired up, because remember, it's all powered by you. So, as I like to say, let's send it! SEMA Show 2024. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Tavarish. Get on out there, have some fun.